folks, welcome back to Maypole Farm. So we have a couple of, one funny story to cover, one not so funny story to cover. So we'll cover the funny story first. Well, actually, we'll start at the start. So I had said we would come back in April. It is clearly not April. It is just after the last video finished. And we need to feed the cows before I can sleep. And then I had said, so I'd said we would come back in April, and I would have done some contracts. And therefore, why I haven't done that is going to be the second story. But we're gonna cut some grass to feed the cows, and then we'll sleep, and then maybe we'll do some contracts. So the first funny story is this is the second time I have done this process. And so I was just getting to the point where I was about to start doing contracts. And I realised that the game looked a bit rubbish, to be honest. And so I went into the graphic settings and remembered that when the Mercedes DLC preview had been made available to me, someone had commented about the fact that on Giants stuff, that because Giants had made cameras available, maybe they could fix the fact that mirrors had fake pictures. Obviously mirrors don't have fake pictures unless you have your graphics settings turned all the way down. And so I commented, you just need to turn your graphics up. And it turned out what they actually meant was the pictures in other vehicles which are meant to be cameras but are static pictures. But that's a whole different story, because that prompted me to then go away and do some testing as to what happens when you turn your graphics down to the cameras that are in things like the Unimog. So if you turn your graphics down far enough that the cameras turn into the cruddy low-res semi-static pictures, what happens to the cameras? And the cameras turn off. And that was the last thing that I did in FS on this computer, was to turn my graphic settings down to the lowest they can go. And I was going to make a video on it over the preview period, just so that when I'm playing with the new DLC and the cameras don't work, I could explain why. And then, story number 2. So you will have noticed that the last video came out on Monday, either at the very beginning of this week or last week, depending on when I get this edited. That is because I was ill last week, as in going to the doctor and then going to our local A&E ill. If you're on Patreon, you will have seen that I posted about this. But thank you to patrons and YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Yeah. If you're interested in any of those, there are links down below. If you're on Patreon, you get early access to the videos, and I post stuff occasionally about what's going on that's not always so public. Anyway, yeah. So was off work for the majority of the last week, ill. Went to the doctors, which, as a man, generally not very good at doing that. They gave me some meds to supposedly make me better, and if I wasn't better within a few days, they said go to the local hospital and get things checked. And I wasn't, so I did. They did some tests and basically said keep doing what the doctor's doing, go home, you'll get better. And I am pretty much better now, but really, really tired. Get tired really quickly. So anyway, that's why there hasn't been videos for a while. And yeah, that's kind of it. Done it much more succinctly this time. It took bloody ages to talk about that last time. Basically, got ill, had to go to hospital. It kind of sucked, and I'm really tired post that. To give you an idea, last Saturday, as part of my training to run an ultra marathon, I ran an ultra marathon because that's kind of what you do. So last Saturday I ran 60 kilometers, 37 freedom units. I actually run in freedom units because I'm old, and it was one of my better training runs, and yeah, felt really good afterwards. And then on Monday, ill, unrelated to running, I think, because of what it was. I think I was starting to show the signs of being ill by then, but yeah, unrelated to that, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, today, it's Saturday, by the way. I'm recording this on Saturday, but I don't know when I'll actually get the video edited and finished, because recording might leave me feeling pretty tired. I was supposed to run a marathon today, or training, but was being sensible. You might not think. I was going to go for a 6-hour walk instead. But instead went for a 2-hour walk. And I was more tired after that than running for, what was, I think it was 8.5 hours running I did last week. Yeah. The combination of being ill and the medication that I was on has just left me completely drained. Plus sign of being ill last week, I have lost all of the weight I had intended to lose for my ultra marathon. I lost a significant amount of weight in about 3 days. That'll give you an idea of some of the symptoms I was suffering. Yeah, that's probably enough detail. But it also means I don't think and because of some of the meds that I've been taking, I don't think I've been getting many of the nutrients out of the food that I've been eating, because I've been really hungry all of the time. And that's why, I think that's why I've not got much energy. So, which is really messing with my brain, because for the last some significant amount of time I've been tracking what I eat quite carefully to try and lose weight while doing a lot of exercise. And the numbers are good. We like numbers, and when I can't control the numbers, yeah. So anywho, I've been ill. I am now less ill, and we come back, we make videos, we have fun playing games. I've not been playing video games for the last week particularly. So yeah, I changed the graphic settings in the game when I got access to the DLC, maybe the day after I got access, because I was messing around with this thing to see what happened to the video cameras. But right back to the start of this little story, and I forgot that I'd set the graphic settings to the lowest possible in the game, until I realised, wow, the game looks freaking awful. When I was feeding the cows for the second time, I loaded the game, I was like, something looks different, but it was the first time I'd been playing on here since the game updated, and I was like, okay. And, you know, not feeling the bit, let's just go. Let's do it. And yeah, so, anyway, all that to say that we're doing this for the second time, and so we'll feed the cows a bit now, we'll sleep, feed them some more, and then we'll have a look at doing some contracts. The plan originally was we would come back in April and we would be mowing the big field, the cover crop. We'll come on to that story in a minute. But yeah, I've just not been playing video games much this week because I've not been feeling great. Yeah, let's put about half in each. That will let us sleep, I know, because I've already done this bit once. Thankfully it's going a bit, I say it's going a bit quick, it's actually about the same amount of time. Anywho, that might mean I just need to make this video a little bit shorter. So, the reason that I'm having to redo it is because, so I was going to just use the footage and say, my bad, it looks crap. But when I went to close the game, I thought I'd saved it and it didn't save. So, yeah. That's why we're doing it again. Here's what it is. Everything will be fine. We've only got 4 months until we get little baby cows. Other things to talk about. I said in, I think, the previous video that I would be looking at grass versus OSR as cover crop. I've got that mostly sorted. That would have been this video, but it's not finished because I've not been playing video games while I've been ill. It's mostly done, so coming soon, TM. To be honest, most of my thinking, brain power is going into my day job. So I had most of last week off work, as I said. And yeah, wasn't really doing much in the way of thinking last week when I wasn't at work. And when I went back to work, I wasn't doing much in the way of thinking by the time I'd finished work. Yeah. The slight disadvantage of being a bit of a control freak. There's a couple of things I had to do at the end of the week that I could probably have left, but would have been kind of difficult. So, yeah. I wasn't. Yeah, I could have maybe, but I was feeling well enough to go back to work. To be honest, I was getting a bit bored. Anyway, yeah, I've got that nearly done. The results are not going to surprise people, but I decided to use quite a big field to give myself a reasonable sort of margin of error, and it meant it's taken a little while to do the work, to be honest. So I took the Disturbia test map that Marlux made me and combined 5 of the fields, which is not huge, but it's a decent amount of land, and yeah, it meant that each job took, you know, a good hour or so to do, you know, like each side plough part, all that kind of thing. So anywho, I'm liking the fact that we're getting a better yield, given that we fertilised the grass. That's very nice. And Eagles, just for you, I've not reset the yield map. Actually, it's more because I can't be asked, to be honest. But see previous comments. We're going to have to do a bit more headland so that we've got room to turn this thing round. It'd be really nice if these MB tracks had 4-wheel steering. I can't remember, because it's been a while since I've used one, because we haven't had legitimate mods of them since FS19. Yes, I know they've existed on shitty websites, but I don't use them. The old JCBs, did they have 4-wheel steer? because we're getting those with the map, aren't we? With the English map, the Scottish map, fishing map, along with fishing rods. If I want to play a freaking fishing game, I won't play Farm Sim, but that's a different thing. Anyway, yeah, do they have 4-wheel steer? I don't remember. So, because 4-wheel steering would be very nice. It would be very nice. So, yeah, I have added the Mercedes DLC onto this save because I think it will fit very nicely on here. If we have cash at some point. If we have cash at some point, we probably need to buy land, to be honest, but that's a different problem, you know. That's future me's problem. Once we get some milk flowing, we'll be much better off. Yeah. So. The other thing, Realistic Animals has had an update. If you want a video description of that, Scroft has a video on it. I've not watched it yet. I've been through the changelog on Arrow's GitHub. It's not on ModHub yet because it's a bit like Courseplay. It's one of those mods that gets updated fairly frequently, and a bit like Courseplay, Arrow does his debugging through releasing on GitHub and players testing it, and then I guess he'll push an update to ModHub once he gets a stable version with all the features in that he wants. So, pretty sensible idea, to be honest. But he has added in disease, and that's very much a work in progress from reading it, because he's only implemented some diseases at the moment. I don't know what diseases he's implemented because I've only had a partial look at it. I've not updated it in this save yet because I am running a version which I've edited myself to do with the feeding and stuff. But yeah, so he's added that in. He's added AI into it. No, not artificial intelligence. He's not jumped on the bandwagon of labeling things that aren't actually AI to be AI. This is artificial insemination, actual AI. We won't have that discussion. That's something completely different about general AI versus large language models and machine learning. But yes, he's added artificial insemination, so you don't necessarily have to have a bull. You can buy straws of bull juice, bull milk, however you want to describe it, and then you can either do that yourself, I don't know how, not tried it yet, or you can use the herdsman function, which is another feature he's added. So the herdsman can help you with your AI, and the herdsman can also help with purchasing and possibly selling, of your animals. So yeah, I guess if you want to get the latest version, go check out Arrow's GitHub. Don't download it from a shitty third-party site, get it from his GitHub. I don't even know if it's on shitty third-party sites. It probably is, but get it from his GitHub. I don't know if he does like other modders may have done in the past and added in detection for whether you've downloaded it from his GitHub or downloaded it from other sources. If he has, I applaud him. Spoken to said other modders in a little while. Life's been busy. But it was rather fun seeing those messages crop up on Facebook. What does this mean? What does this mean? It means, sir, you use shitty third-party websites to download your mods. Oh, we are full. Much like my own. It's not just a name. It's not just a name. Right. Let's dump this. Then we can see if there's an interesting contract to do. Ideally something that'll take me about 20 minutes, because I'd planned to spend about an hour doing this. And I spent about 20 minutes recording the first bit of this, and I spent about 20 minutes recording the repeat of this. Let's have a quick check on the old cows. Straw is okay. Manure is okay. Food is okay. And the same in here. So they could... Now... Yeah, they're doing okay. I guess the grass is only giving them 75%, which is not ideal. But at the moment, not hurting us, I don't think. I guess in the next 4 months, we need to bump that up a bit. But for now, we are okay. It might be that we need to... we could just switch them to TMR at that point. That would work just fine. The alternative is we just buy in some grain to feed them as well. And some spuds. That would work. Just put down a silo or something to buy some grain or some spuds from. Right, let's have a look for a job to do, shall we? I don't mind 10 grand for some bale wrapping. Fertilising the big field to sow. It's a nice combo though. We can do that with our own kit. So let's grab that jobby. What's our fastest tractor? Probably this one. I think that's faster than the Steyr. Yeah. So we'll stick the bale wrapper on the MB track. And we'll go do bale wrapping. And I might do a couple of other contracts in the background then. Because there's some nice paying jobs there. Just to earn us a bit of cash. Just check how much bale wrap we've got on our bale wrapper. Oh, pretty full. That's cool. That's cool. Right, let's see if we can find our way to the field. Give her the beans, son. Give her the beans. I get would be good. We've got to pull our way out of here. So, yeah. This will be a nice little job to finish off the video, I think. If we can get out of the farm. And then yeah, I'll aim betwixt videos to do a couple more probably just to top up the coffers. Come on. Obviously it's a very heavy bale wrapper. Very light tractor, I know that. Get that. Great. We're not going to make that turn, are we? Now we should. Right. This way. into high ratio. Now we're on the road, we should be okay. Hopefully we can give us some gas. Going wide for the turn to cut across the map. Yeah, I think I underestimate just how small this MB track actually is. A little workhorse. It's a little workhorse. And up here. Oh, sorry, sir. I think. Ooh. Settle it down. I think this is the correct direction. Yeah. Through the pig farm. Oh, there's another hill. We hate hills. They kill us. Come on. I think the field's on a little bit of a slope. Want some sort of map open. There's probably going to be a lot of bales. This field does produce a heck ton of bales. I'm kind of annoyed that it's a bale wrapping contract on here, not a baling contract. Or a silaging contract. Or a haymaking contract. Or any kind of contract where we would get spare bales. But, you know, here's what it is. We cannot change it, so let's just embrace the fact that we're going to get paid 10 grand to wrap some bales. I'm pretty sure most real farmers would be fairly happy with 10 grand to wrap some bales. So, you know, let's not whinge, eh? And because we don't have to worry about loading them, we're just going to bung automatic drop on, because that's someone else's problem. Feels like there is going to be quite a few of the little buggers. At 3% each. Someone good at maths could probably work that out, couldn't they? I can't be bothered because it really doesn't matter. All that matters is we need to wrap all of them, or enough of them, to complete the contract. So, you know. Now, the problem is, I don't remember what I've talked about in this version of the video, and what I talked about in the last version of the video. So, I don't know if I talked about the Tom Pemberton video. So I'm not going to talk about it now in case I've already spoken about it. Yeah, which is kind of frustrating. Anyway, I'm not sure what else that I've got to talk about at this point. So we could probably jump into a little bit of a time lapse of me wrapping these bales up to finish things off, maybe. So let's do that, I think.
I just feel like I'm channeling something. Feel the noise. No love, no feelings. I choke on the air I'm breathing. I'm done, I'm healing. Ain't nobody stopping the bleeding. Death with demons on both sides. Can't think, no angel left inside. Chained to the static in my mind, and I can't hide. This rage I just can't escape. Screaming at my face so loud I can't hear my voice. Breaking through my mistakes, free falling.
So the weather's taken a slight turn for the worst. We are in a different field now, you will have noticed, maybe during the time lapse. I figured we would pick up the other bale wrapping contract as well, because the first one didn't take as long as I thought it would. And we are almost there. It's probably a good job we're wrapping these up with the hail that's falling. Or maybe it's not a good idea to wrap bales with a little bit of hail inside them. I don't know. Anywho. That's, yeah, it's going to be a wrap for the video. Did you see what I did there? I am true. You've missed this, haven't you, folks? You've missed this. You've missed the comedy genius that is my videos. Or not. Who knows? Anyway, it might be a slow week. I don't know. It depends how my recovery goes. The plan is to go stuff my face with even more food after this. To try and re-energize my body, but we'll see how that works out. I'm kind of battling that because I don't want to eat too much. But anyway, let's get this one finished, get the contract finished. I'm gonna check the sales before we go as well. Not that we need to buy anything, but it's kind of tempting. There we go. So let's grab the contract. Oh, David does quite like us with his 8% discount. Collect. Yes, please. Head into the store. That little John Deere. We have no use for that, but I do like those. Anywho, we could do is buying a trailer. The little Major. Oh, that's such a cool little tractor. If you noticed, I have a thing for little tractors. We've had the Volvo before. It wasn't great. Oh, game, how can you do this to me? Look at that. Look at it. Look at this, a thing of beauty. We have no money, but, you know. Okay, not really. Anywho, that's us done, folks. I will see you all next time.